So this is a hack I'm going to show you. If you live in the Los Angeles area and you're a Dodgers fan, Time Warner, formerly now known as Spectrum, has you by the balls. They can do whatever they want to you and get away with it. They do not work well with payment plans. Um, they're becoming a monopoly like the DWP or the Department of Water and Power or the SoCal Gas Company. They're just monopolizing, but they're way more expensive than the gas company. Um, DWP's always been pricier for a while now. Anyhow, if your TV got shut off, I'm going to teach you how to hack it and turn it back on. Okay? This is without switching to DirecTV or Uverse or, any of those things. You don't even have to. You can just hack it if you're not picky. So, first things first, you see by where the coaxial cord is and the AV cords. There's this little black cord right there. I'm going to show you how that hooked up. So that's screwed into the back of the TV. And then what you want to do is run that wire. See if you're not by a window. Like for me, the window is all the way over there. So it's hard to get reception of any sort. Even then, these things don't always work that great. So this is my little hack. Turn this light down so you can see without the brightness killing the shot. So you can pick these antennas up. I've seen them go for as cheap as $10. Target, any spot like that. They're just TV antennas. Yeah, $10, $12. Most places, if you're paying more than that, you're overpaying probably. Anyhow, you get them. Pay no attention to this part yet. Just forget that part's there just for a second. We're just talking about the circle. These two silver sides coming out of it. It's hooked up to that same wire that I showed you that's plugged into the back of the television. Now when you first hook it up, it's not going to work. So here's what I've done. I've taken a car antenna from an old beater, this van that I used to have that I got rid of. Right? And then let me show you this part. So this is the top half, or the bottom half rather, of my fishing pole. I took the top half off. Let me show you how I incorporated it in this hack here. So basically I got some metal hanging wire. These are just decorative, but I've got some metal hanging wire here that you hang photos with and heavy pictures and so forth. And what I did is I wrapped that to this old beater car antenna and the fishing pole handle that I just showed to you. Whoop, just kind of loop the antenna through the holes of the pole, as you can see. Now it doesn't go as long as the pole, the antenna is shorter. And the base here, you gotta remember with antennas, everything, these old TV antennas, everything has to be metallic. So you have metal right here. It's just like the ring that it comes with the two little tiny miniature rods that only go that long stick out. One on the right and one on the left, as you can see on the screen. So what you do is you make your base, right? You connect the cord to the back of the TV. Man, I need to dust the top of that monitor, right? Anyhow, you connect it all here, and you're still not going to get any channels. Even when you go to the remote and guide it and follow all the steps, you probably won't get them all. But then you Time Warner that hanging wire. This is pretty crucial. It's got to be metal. You know what I'm talking about? Real. See, it's that silver hanging wire. It's real pliable and bendable. And I happen to have to fuse a couple pieces together here. Again, metal's important, so I connected it to the air conditioner valve handle. It also makes nifty because I can open and close it when I pull on this side of the string. But then I drifted it over here, and I just kind of draped it over and around this fire alarm. And then this is pretty high up. So, and then I took this little metal clamp, and I hooked one end of the wire there. So I just remember a lot of metal rather. Then I took another piece of wire, started there, worked my way across the top of this closet, all the way to the window. Let me show you how. So coming from the fire alarm, I'll zoom in on what this is here. You could use anything, just get clever. Okay, remember the frame around this closet's metal, so that helps. But the wire is pretty crucial. You want to try to get the wire as close to the window as possible. Alright, you see this metal thing? It's a towel rack that's magnetic. You can pick them up for cheap. Sometimes the 99-cent store, Dollar Tree will have them. Otherwise you gotta go to Target, maybe spend 10 or 12 bucks. But it's a lot cheaper than when you're in arrears a few $100s or more with the cable company. Anyway, my heat's kicking on, so I'm gonna have to speak up. Then I took, because inside of this green cord, obviously there's metal wires running through it. So I connected the cord to that, simply because I ran out of the silver hanging wire, which works excellently. And then I connected that to the curtain rod. The white thing in the background, that's just to keep the sun out. That is, pay no mind to that. But you gotta remember the curtain rod, that's also metal. It's got that whole curtain rod, the whole length of it. See? It's gonna be picking up a TV signal now. It's gonna go like this, all the way across the room. And now you have television. Now this is where, and only about where, a Spectrum comes in handy, is that you can still use a remote control for things like the volume and stuff like that. And then depending on your television, hopefully you have your TV remote handy, because you're going to need that too. Because, you know, depending on your TV, like I said, you know your remote better than I. This happens to be for a 60-inch Samsung smart TV. So it's a smart TV, we don't want to go hit that. You hit the guide button. It gives you this option here. Basically what it's doing is searching for channels. You just hit OK and select it. Now we are now in our guide feature. And this is again where, if you do have your cable remote handy, Spectrum in this case, you can use it. You can use it for your info bar. You find out what it's showing. You're gonna get a lot of paid programming, but you got the channels over there. You also get regular stuff, like, let's go to channel 11 real quick. It takes it a second, but you'll get a clear picture every time. So for that, though, unfortunately, to change channels, you have to go back to your TV remote. Alright, that kind of thing. But 1. Also, you want to exit out of that when you're not using it. It slows down the info, that is. It doesn't really give you much info, as you can see, but it slows down the process. So now you have pretty picture perfect television, I'd say. Not too bad, right? So that's how you hack Spectrum, formerly Time Warner. That's how you get free cable. It's basically free. You just buy the little parts you need and get creative like I did. I already had that metal pole, the hanging rack that I showed you above the closet. I already have this wire, I already have this clamp, all of this wire, I already have the fishing pole, I already have the car antenna. I already have the extension cord and the curtain rod hung up as well. Like I said before, also already have this magnetic pole. So you don't even really need to go out and buy one. You can just put a nail up top, you know, and hang it, or a thumbtack or something. I was just using it because it's metal, it's going to draw more. It's just, like I said, get creative, use a coat hanger, whatever you got to do. It depends on the layout of your room and of your land and of the space that you're dealing with. So, yeah, now you have all these channels. You know, it might be random, but you could flip them, they're relatively quick. They go up to the 40s. And, that's kind of random, but you'll get regular channels too. Example, I'm going to go to channel 11, like I said I would originally. And see?
No smoke or fire damage in a neighborhood near the recent Rye fire, but almost a month later, homeowners are still dealing with damage that they say was
so this thing,
caused
the
from the same high
cable
winds
provider
that
remote,
fire
is now really needed for volume, muting, and the guide, but you have that all on your TV remote. So you really only need the other remote this one. If you don't have your original TV remote, otherwise you can just toss that out of the picture, literally and figuratively. So, I hope you enjoyed this hack on how to get free television. Stick it to the man, and stick it to Spectrum and Time Warner, or whatever you want to call them. Stick it to all the major companies, if it's DirecTV, screwing you over, whoever it is. But then just sit back, relax, and watch some television. The channels change pretty quickly. That's a point too. They just have some of those that are double. And it's paid programming because it's 5:18 in the morning, so you get a lot of that too.
Join us.
So you know you can switch your channel 2. I think by now you got the idea. The biggest thing is hooking it up in the back. Say the weather. Channel 2 local news. And once again, this antenna comes with a cord. It's like 10 to 12 bucks. It costs at the store brand new. You can probably find it online used for cheaper. That needs to be plugged in right there. Right where it is. Right by the classic cord. You also notice if you get a cellular device too close to the television, it'll get staticky like that sometimes. Or if a giant truck goes and drives by your window, ambulance, fire truck, anything. So, like I said, sit back, relax, enjoy your TV now, and you'll get you should get anywhere between 25 and 50 channels. And again, for more hacks, more ways how to hack it as a hacker when you're a slacker. No, but you know, just life hacks, and just follow my channel. Sit back, relax, and watch TV. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope this helps, especially if you're in financial dire straits and you just want to watch some television. Even if it's not the best channels in the world, they come in pretty great quality. So, cheers to you. Stick it to the man.